All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining tonight's session. Thank you for joining the High Performance Network live webinar. In the next few minutes, I'll be bringing up our speaker who will be talking about agribusiness opportunities. But for now, I just want to wait a few minutes, 5 minutes thereabouts, so that we'll be able to get a couple of people on watching before we continue. So we'll just wait for about 3 to 5 minutes and then we'll kick off. So if you're able to join live, let me know. Let me see it in the comment section. Yes, I just confirmed I'm live on the group. I'm live on the group. So please, if you're able to join, if you're hearing me perfectly, if you can see me perfectly, please let me know. We just want to get 1 or 2 people to join, then we'll be going straight into the business of the day. How are you doing? How is the weekend going? Hope it's fantastic. Hope it's great. Once you join in, please just drop a comment. Let me see that you're with us. I'd love to see your comment. Let me know that you're with us. You're welcome. You're welcome. I can see about 2 people so far have joined the video, the live event. 3 people. Please let me see your comments. Let me see your comments. I want to know who's up with us. And in the next 1 minute, we'll be taking off 9:10 exactly. It's going to be a fantastic conversation tonight. So the High Performance webinar is a monthly series, largely month by month. And okay, and we can see you looking for. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can see your comment. Thank you, Bashir. Where we have conversations about different industry matters. We try and look into different industries and get experts or young experts in different industries to comment, to share their knowledge, to share their expertise in different industries across the face of the earth. So we bring up guys who have experience, who have expertise, who have knowledge, specific industry-based knowledge, to come and give us insights. And this month's webinar, we're bringing in Godwin Kanjal and Godshield. I said Godwin. Godshield Kanjal, who is an agribusiness expert who primarily focuses on the palm oil industry, primarily, even though he has experience across the whole set of industry. He's also the founder of Agribusiness Academy, which teaches, which has taught over 2,000 people in the area of agribusiness and made them millionaires in just a fantastic result. And I've been following for a while now. The guy is worth his salt. So in the next 1 minute, I'll be bringing him up and then we'll be having a conversation with him live. All right. Are you ready? Let's have Godshield join us. Please, if you're just joining the live show, kindly drop your comments. Godshield will be adding you in the next 1 minute. I believe you can. All right. And boom. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Mr. Godshield. You're muted. You're muted. Your audio is muted.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly clear.
Okay.
So thank you for joining us this month for the High Performance Network monthly webinar. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Good evening, everyone.
All right. Okay, so we're going to be taking a series of questions in the next few minutes, and with those questions, we hope to lead the conversation. So if you're joining us and you have your own questions, please feel free to share your questions in the comment section, and from there we'll take it and address whatever questions you have. All right. So thank you for joining us again, once again, Mr. Godshield. The very first question, we have to know you and we have to hear from you. Yes. So, what has been the story so far? How has been the story so far? What's been your background in agriculture and agribusiness space? And just tell us a little bit about you and your journey so far in the agribusiness space.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mike Audu. Good evening, everyone who is live on this show. Well, I think Mr. Mike had already introduced me, but just for formality, I just have to introduce myself again. My name is Godshield Kanjal. Well, I know a lot of you may be thinking that Kanjal is not a Nigerian name. I'm Nigerian. Yeah, I'm in Nigeria. A lot of people think maybe I come from the Middle East, or perhaps I'm an Asian from India. No, I'm a Nigerian from Cross River State, Ogoja precisely. Yeah, many know me as Africa's most sought after agribusiness consultant. I've been into agribusiness for many years, for the past 8 years. For the past 8 years, that I've been fully involved in agribusiness. I've done several agribusinesses. Yes, I've been into several agribusinesses, but with expertise in one, which is oil palm value chain.
Okay.
I currently cover the entire value chain in the oil palm industry, from the planting, from the farming, processing, packaging, exports, and local sales and distribution too. Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about your academy? You've not spoken up to us about your
Okay,
academy.
sorry, I skipped one. Yeah. I also run Carl's Farms Agribusiness Academy, the Smart Agribusiness Academy. In that academy, we teach agribusiness enthusiasts on profitable agribusinesses. Like, I know a lot of people want to go into agriculture. A lot of people are interested in agriculture, but they do not know how to gain access into the industry. So the essence of this academy is to groom these persons on how to navigate the routes in the sector. Like I keep telling people, I am somebody who have gotten lots of experience in agriculture. So I try to make sure that I hold people by the hand, not to toe the same path I had towed in the past and failed. So the essence of that, this academy, is to ensure that young people who are interested in agriculture navigate through this experience, this rough path that I had been into.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so I'll just go straight into the meat of today. When we talk about agribusiness opportunities, generally, I think that's quite a broad topic, very broad topic,
Yeah.
because we all know that agribusiness is a very wide value chain, very wide value chain. But is there a way you can give us classifications or classes of these agribusiness opportunities, just general classification, so that people can have an idea of the different classes of agribusiness opportunities that are available?
Yeah, thank you. There are lots of agribusiness opportunities that are yet to be fully tapped so far. Like I personally am involved in the crop industry of agriculture, which is the oil palm. And this has to do with growing of crops, processing, packaging, and selling. So there are opportunities in this very sector. Like one of the opportunities I keep mentioning to people who are interested in this agriculture is one, there's what we call backward integration. Backward integration,
Okay.
yes, backward integration is the process of you going into agriculture without fully involved in the entire value chain. Like for instance, now you want to go into poultry. If you want to go into poultry business, and perhaps you do not have the full knowledge of the poultry industry, what I advise people do is this. First, if you are going into egg production, you don't just go fully into producing eggs. You first go by testing the waters. How do you test the waters?
Okay.
You go by, for instance, you could say you want to partner with an existing poultry farm that is into production of eggs, which is your interest. You go by
Yes.
partnering with an existing farm, poultry farm, to distribute their eggs or to market their eggs. Once you get into this line, there is a tendency there that you're going to be learning the rudiments in the business. You are not just going as a newbie. You are going as a newbie, so to say, but you are
Yeah.
you'll be learning
Gain some
from an
experience.
existing, yes, an existing farm, a farm that is already there. Unlike you, for instance, now,
Mm.
unlike you going to set up a full-fledged poultry farm from the scratch when you have no experience in the business. So why I advise people to do this is because everybody's in business to make money. You are in business, everybody goes into business to
Yeah.
make money. And
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense for one, for instance, now, for us to spend huge money setting up a big poultry farm, then at the end of the day, when the production is ready, you do not have the markets to market your products, or you don't have the
To sell.
customers to buy from you.
Yes.
But with this backward
Very true.
integration, it helps. Yes, with this backward integration, you first of all get what we call the back end knowledge. You've started with the distribution, with the marketing. You build what we call customer base, so that by the time
Mm.
you run this marketing for the next, let's say, 6-7 months or even a year. Sometimes I advise people to do the backward integration for a full year. By the time you carry out this backward integration for a space of 1 year, you should have gotten your own market share, gotten experience in the
Yeah.
business, so that by the time you come out fully to establish yours, you've already gained what we call gain grounds, like some people call it. You've already
Yeah.
understood the market parameters, so to say. That is one aspect.
Mm.
Then for the farming aspect of agriculture, like for instance now, if you want to go into farming of crops, I also advise people to go through this backward integration, because I see lots of people who grow crops and at the end of the day, they have no market to sell them. Yes, you keep hearing people saying agriculture is profitable. Let's go into farming. Let's go into this. Let's go into production of eggs. Yes, the media has made it so juicy and so easy for everyone, and you begin to think that this industry is
Yeah.
a cash cow. No, but agriculture is actually profitable. It's a profitable sector. It's a profitable industry, so to say. But the media has made it look as if the money in agriculture is excess that one can literally pack it right inside the
Just wake up
field.
tomorrow
No,
morning.
no, it does not. It does not happen like that.
Yeah.
So what I
Okay.
advise people who new entrants into the sector, is to employ
Mm.
this backward integration strategy, even in the farming aspect. If, for instance, you want to
Mm.
go into, let's say, tomato marketing, you want to go into tomato farming. Yes, let me just call it tomato farming. After acquiring the major skill, the basic skills in the tomato farming itself, there is need for you to understand the market. You need to understand your
Yes.
market. Yes.
Yes.
So what you need to do is, first of all, go to your market, find out which species of tomato sells in this place. Which
Mm.
one do people go for? Because you don't just go into growing everything. No, you don't just go into maybe just because you heard that, okay, tomato is selling. There are different species of tomato. So first, you go to the market with this backward integration strategy. You go to the market, you find out which particular species do people go for. That is
Yeah.
the first thing.
So
Then
if I
possibly
get you
you
right, and I think This model works for almost anyone who wants to enter into the space as a
Yes,
participant, like directly to farm or to establish a kind of setup that would produce. So before you go into production, first learn the marketing and the
the
sales end
marketing.
of the business before you
Yes,
proceed to create any
yes,
structure in place. Okay, and I think what happened now of recent, more companies now started discovering that people are very, very, should I say, not very interested in going to all of these processes, either the marketing or the farming itself. And we saw a large number of agri-tech platforms spring up. You
yeah,
get quite a lot of
yeah.
agri-tech platforms sprang up. So what's your take on these agri-tech platforms? How viable are they? And what are the risks attached? Because it feels like, if you ask me, a lot of people are just, first of all, there are those that are legit, truly, and then there are those
Yeah.
that have issues. So, but what's your own take on the agri-tech platforms, the viability, the risk, and the returns, generally speaking?
Yes, thank you. Recently, there has been lots of agri-tech crowdfunding platform that have
Yeah.
sprang up. Yes, that have sprang up recently. Which major aim is to crowdfund to to grow a particular niche in the agro sector. Like for instance, one of the most popular uh, crowdfunding platforms in Nigeria is Farm Crowdy. Farm
Yeah.
Crowdy. I guess a lot of you may have heard about them, but I no longer see them these days. I no longer hear about them. I learned maybe they have retweaked their business model, or so to say. Yes.
Yes.
Um, these people, this platform came to solve a problem. There was a problem they came to solve. They realized that people are interested in agriculture. Many people are interested in agriculture, especially those who are engaged. They love farming. Most of these persons, from their roots, they actually have been involved in agriculture. So
Yeah.
now, sorry, sorry, let me bring up the light.
Okay. Okay. All right. I think it's having some
Sure.
technical issues there. Okay. All right.
Yes, sorry, network is fluctuating a bit. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, these agri-tech platforms actually came to solve a problem, and that problem is to see how they can get more persons involved in agriculture, whereby they crowdfund to fund a particular project. But along the line, a lot of people began to seize that opportunity to come up with different Ponzi schemes. Yes, a
Mm.
lot of Ponzi schemes also sprang up. Apart from the only genuine one I could actually vouch for then is farmcrowdy.com, where they get funds, where they crowdfund from different persons to fund a particular project. For instance,
Yeah.
they may identify a rice project in, let's say, in Edo State, and they need funding for that particular rice farmer to enhance his or her farms. Farm crowding now opens up their platform to get people to fund that project, that rice project. Then at the end of the farming season, after harvest of that project, that very farm produce, they then share the commission between the investor be a very a scalable business. I had actually been receiving lots of questions, people coming to ask me how to go into this kind of model, this very agri-tech model that crowdfund. I told them that this may not really be a scalable model. Reason being that Nigeria smallholder farmers are already producing sufficient food. They are already producing sufficient food, yes. If you go to villages, there are hard to reach villages that you see people produce lots of yam, lots of gari, even this tomato. But what is lacking is just value addition. What is just
True.
lacking is value addition. Instead of coming in to produce more, like the model these agri-tech platforms were leveraging on, this their crowdfunding model to start up new farms. I told some of my clients that no, this model is not sustainable. It is not sustainable. We have lots of this produce in the village already. We have, if you go to different
Yeah.
villages, we have gari, we have yam. Why should they come to say, okay, come and crowdfund for a particular farm rice project when there is sufficient rice? I knew this platform were going to fail. I already knew that they were going to fail, so to say. Sorry for using that vulgar word. Sorry. Why I said so is reason being that most of these guys are not actually expert in the industry. They are not expert in the industry.
True.
They just yes, they just want to go in there. They just want to do what everybody is doing, what the whole maybe the crowd is after. They now fund a project. At the end of the year, the farm fails. Yes, there are farms that fails that they come out with zero naira, zero investment. At the end of the day, they come out with nothing. The return on investment is zero. I knew that okay, these platforms may not really scale. And I told a friend who wanted to go into it. I said, why not? You go into value chain. Yes, there are people already who are involved in the production of these crops. There are people who are already in the production of cassava, yam. Why not you crowdfund and go into processing and packaging? Yes, which is more unique, which is even more scalable. It was like, wow, this is a great idea. I said, yes, this is the best thing to do. Instead of you going to start from the farming
All the way up.
all yes, or growing of that particular crop, or perhaps rearing of that animal. I said, but why not? Okay, if you want to go in, partner with these farmers. There are existing farmers in our local communities. If you go to the different geopolitical zones in Nigeria, we have farmers that are specialists in different crops, different animals rearing. Why not partner with them, add value to this wares, this their farm produce at the end of this harvest season? And as simple as that, you have the market. You have already created the market, and that is what I call value addition. Was like, okay, wow, this is good. And he actually took action when he consulted me. And today, that very client of mine is doing well. But the thing is, most of these platforms that started up this crowdfunding for farming, majority have failed. Majority have
True.
failed. Most of them are not existing again.
True.
In short, they have been overwhelmed by Ponzi now. Most of them have been overwhelmed by Ponzi. Some of them just
Yeah.
want to get these funds, maybe to invest it into another line of business, or some of them, they are faceless. Like you just see them running
True.
ads on social media. Yes, running ads on social media, crowdfund to fund a particular oil palm plantation in Ogun State, or perhaps in Cross River, Imo State. But by the time you go there, you don't see any farm of that nature. Yes,
Mm.
the idea is unique. The idea is quite unique. The idea is quite unique. But the environment we find ourselves, the environment is peculiar for some businesses to thrive. The environment we find
Mm.
ourselves, most of those business models cannot actually survive because number one, our insurance system is poor. Okay, now you want to crowdfund to fund a rice farm without an insurance coverage. And how many
Yeah.
insurance, even if there is an insurance coverage, how many insurance companies keeps to their words in Nigeria? How many?
Mm. They may just
How
come up
many
with
keep to
these
their
things,
words? They come up
tell
with
you,
packages, yes.
tell you it was the hand of God. So
And yes. So by the
you
time
have to. You have
you now
to.
crowdfund, you now take people's money and invest
Mm.
into this farming, into this, and it fails. Maybe drought. There might be drought, or
Yeah.
most of pest attack, climate change is also one of the challenges. And
Mm.
the investment fails. You have nowhere to run to. Even if you
Yes.
had genuine intention, there are people who have genuine intention. Even if you had genuine intention, you begin to look like a scam to people. Yes, you begin to look like a scam because people begin to wonder, you came out so open. Why is this thing happening like this? The truth is, an investor is not ready to hear those excuses that there was drought, there was flood.
At all.
Nigerians are impatient. Nobody wants to hear that. So with this model, there is no way this model could scale. So the best thing is, okay, allow the local farmers to continue with what they are doing. I could tell you that even in Nigeria, 80%
True.
of the palm oil that is consumed in Nigeria is produced by smallholder farmers, not even the big companies. Those big companies cannot. They don't have the capacity. The smallholder farmers are the strength of agriculture in Nigeria. Allow them do what they are doing. Allow them do what they are doing. We have lots of them already on the field. All that is lacking is one: value addition. Add value into this produce. For instance, if you identify a yam farming community, like let's say in Benue State, instead of you going into rice farming, why not you go into yam flour making production? Yes, you process yam into flour. They call it pando. Some people call it pando. That is a very big industry itself for export. You also help to elongate the shelf life of that produce. You see where the gap is lacking.
True.
Also, preservation is another big thing. It's another big opportunity. Preservation, storage, and preservation. Yes, if you do not want to go into processing, you could go into storage and preservation. There are lots of farming communities that.
If I get you right, there has been so much, especially most of the agri-tech platforms are focused too much on production and very few are focused on taking advantage of what the real problem is, which is storage and processing. Right, storage and processing, moving up the value chain from the lowest end.
That part.
Yeah, so yes, and that's even the more sustainable part. And in fact, it's actually the more economic part for Nigeria, because during value addition, we've increased the number of people who get who take advantage of who get rewarded from the entire value chain rather than just exporting or consuming the raw material as it's produced. Now we have people who process and add value to it. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. So what if I am not like directly open to farming, and I wish to take advantage of the agribusiness space, the agribusiness sector? What ways can I come into the market? What ways can I come into the agribusiness space that will be profitable for me? I'm not an expert. I'm not an agribusiness expert per se. I'm not, but I see that agribusiness is a place where there is opportunity. What steps will you say I can take to take advantage, to come into the space and leverage it for good? What will I need to know? What steps can I take?
All right, thank you for that question, Mr. Mike. The first step to take is go for knowledge, seek knowledge. If you want to go into agribusiness or perhaps agri-tech, as you call it, the first step to take is go for knowledge, seek knowledge.
Okay.
Yes. Why I said so is this. There are people who come up with figures. There are people who come up with, like on the internet, you see lots of people coming up with figures that you can invest 100,000 naira into cassava farming and make 500,000 naira in 9 months, which rarely happens. Yes, there are people who achieve that, but I could say 95% don't achieve that figure. So first of all, seek for knowledge from an expert. Expert knowledge is very important. After seeking knowledge, you then decide if you want to be involved fully in the business or you want to go into collaboration. Yes. For instance, now, you are an architect.
Yeah.
You love agriculture. You love rice farming. And you've discovered lots of opportunities in rice farming in your environment. But you don't have all the time to do this. You don't have all the time to go into this business. First is to collaborate with somebody whom you trust. Lots of Nigerian farmers, smallholder farmers, lack capital in their business, in their agro businesses.
Yeah.
And you who is coming as an investor, the major thing you are bringing to the table is finances. So by the time you go into collaboration with an existing farmer, you do not have to pass through the hurdle of going to the farm every day. All you need to do is you meet an existing farmer, you explain already. By now, you must have already acquired the knowledge in the industry you want to go into. You reach terms with that farmer. Well, you could also bring a lawyer in. While you provide the funds, your partner provides or brings the technical know-how to the table, which is his knowledge.
Yeah.
This is our knowledge to the table. And that is it. So you don't have to go fully into it as a farmer. Collaboration is very important. Secondly, storage and preservation, like I mentioned earlier, is another great opportunity. There are lots of commodities that are produced all year round, while some are produced once in a year. Like, let's say commodity like egusi, melon, we call it melon. The English name, I think, is melon.
Yes.
Egusi is produced once in a year, and it is highly consumed in the eastern part of Nigeria, southeast part of Nigeria. This same egusi is produced in the north. As one who is interested in going into agriculture, you do not want to be involved in carrying a hoe or cutlass. You could then go into buying and storage, buying and preservation. You buy at the glut periods when there are excess, when they are in abundance in the market, when the farmers are harvesting them newly. Like egusi start from August. You buy in excess around that time, you preserve, then you then sell at the peak period when it is scarce.
Yeah.
This is not hoarding. This is not hoarding at all. This is not food hoarding, because it involves lots of technicalities.
Yeah.
It involves lots of technicality. That was why I first mentioned that you have to seek knowledge. So if you are seeking knowledge to go into storage, once you decide on the niche or the value chain you are going into, it is very easy for you to navigate the path. Besides the storage, processing is another gold mine. Processing and packaging is another gold mine. Yes. Kano produces lots of yam. Potatoes. And potatoes is always excessive in Kano State at the glut period, I guess.
Yeah.
And potatoes have a very short shelf life.
Sure.
About 5 to 6 months. Yes, 5 to 6 months shelf life. And a lot of people do not know that potato processing is another gold mine. Processing and packaging of potato into chips or potato powder, potato flour. Potato flour is one of the best fufu so far in Europe. Yes, I know a few persons who export potato flour in Europe, and it is actually noted as the best fufu so far now, unlike yam. So this is another industry that one who is interested in going into agriculture without touching a hoe or cutlass could go into smartly and make money from it. Processing.
Yeah.
But before you go into this processing, you need to acquire the knowledge. You need to acquire the knowledge. When I talk about knowledge, some people depends on YouTube. Yes, there are lots of free content on YouTube, but it is good to have someone who could hold you by the hand hold you by the hand, and also mentor you in the line of business you've chosen so far. If you are going into
Yeah.
production, if you are going into storage and preservation, if you are going into processing and packaging, if you want to go into
Mm,
marketing, yes, marketing is
mm.
another gold mine. For instance, now, if you want to go into marketing, that is one of the easiest routes so far that I will advise people who wants to really
Because it
learn.
has the easiest barrier to entry, right? You
Yes,
don't need so
yes,
much
the entry
capital. You
point.
don't need.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
marketing. Once you have your little capital, your space, and you have a market, you are good to go. You don't have to, like now. Hello, can you hear me? The social media is another good platform to market your commodity.
Mm,
Hello.
I think we're having technical.
Yeah, social
Yes.
media is
Yes.
another good platform to market your commodity. Yes, I see lots people are actually making millions selling agro produce online. There's
Mm,
okay. After this program, I will share a link of one of the webinars I hosted with Patrick Ogidi. Though it's a paid course
okay.
where I shared my
Okay.
story, how I first made some money in rice business. I've
Mm,
actually been involved in rice farming in Ebonyi State. I started rice
okay.
farming during my youth service. I served in Ebonyi. That was 2016, 2017. So during the course of my service year, I realized that my production was low. I wasn't getting it right in the business. I farmed a very large expanse of land, but with poor results. What I did was I contacted one of my northern friend, my friend who is from the northern part of Nigeria. He's from Taraba State, so to say. I contacted him and I told him about what I'm encountering in my business, in my rice farm. I actually got that rice plot from the state government. So when I contacted him now, he came visited my farm and discovered some of the loopholes in that farm. And he shared some advice with me. I took his advice. Um, a on a particular week, he traveled. He told me that he was going to travel to a state in Taraba, and I begged to join him. When I got to Taraba with him, I went to one of their local markets where they majorly deal in rice. They deal in large scale rice sales. You know, Taraba does a lot of rice. So
Mm,
I went to that local market and I saw excess rice produce, cheap. And I told this my friend, he's called Sadiq. His name is Sadiq. I think he's still in Taraba now. And I told him that,
mm,
wow, rice is quite cheap here. And this one is already milled. What's what's there? Why am I disturbing myself to farm from the scratch? No, I can't do that thing. I can't do it again. And I told him that,
mm.
okay, I'm going to do there's something I'm going to be doing now. I'll be sourcing for this milled rice in Taraba, then move them to the south, repackage them, and sell. And I think I will make money. I had some few thousands in my account then. I went to the nearest bank, withdrew that money, went to the market, bought rice, about 300,000 naira worth of rice, transported it to my state, a Cross River State, and I repackaged the rice. I got bags, packaging bags in Aba, repackaged the
Mm.
rice. I advertised it on social media. There's a platform, there's a food platform I belong to on Facebook. We are
Okay.
about 15,000 members in that platform. Later I will share the link with you guys. So
Okay.
when I advertised this rice on that platform, I got lots of person interested in it, and one person was more interested in the produce, and he was like, "Bro, where do you base?" I told him that I'm based in Cross River State. He
Mm,
now asked me if I can waybill the rice from Cross River to Port Harcourt. As simple as
mm.
that. I said yes. Rice I bought for 300K. I sold it for 700,000 naira, about a million naira. Yes. I bought that rice for 300,000. After destoning and repackaging, I sold it for about 700 to a million naira. That is smart trading. You get the point.
Yeah.
So the major thing is I source it cheap from where it is cheap, where
And
it is in
abundant.
abundance. Yes.
Mm,
Then move it to where it is scarce. That is
Mm.
smart trading. You get the point? Yes. Move it where it is scarce. And I did not just sell it as I bought it. After buying
Added
it,
value.
I added value by destoning it. I ensured that there
Mm.
was no single stone. Then I rebranded it, got good packaging for it. And I did
Mm.
my marketing well. Like, if you know, I'm a very good marketer. I did my marketing well.
Sure.
Yes, I'm a good storyteller. I use stories to sell. Yes, a lot of people got to know me
Exactly.
with the stories I write. Yes, that's how
Sure.
I got my market
Even
traction. So
myself, I
I
got
did a
to
very
know
good
you through your stories.
story. And
All right. Okay.
yes,
So
simple
that we'll be
story.
able to cover more topics, more questions. Please, if you have questions, if you've been with us and you have questions, please let the questions go into the comment section. However, there's already one question here. I don't know whether you can see it, Mr. Godshield. How can we help NPOs, that's non-profit organizations, in terms of partnership with agriculture? I
Okay.
don't know whether you're able to get it. I guess the person is trying to say, how can non-profit organizations like orphanages
Yeah, get
um,
involved.
get involved with agriculture? Like, what do you think?
Okay. If this is what this person means, okay, how can how can we help non-profit organizations? Okay, like NGOs,
Yeah,
okay, or orphanage homes, okay, get into agriculture. First of all, the non-profit organizations are majorly established for non-profit making. They are not profit ventures. You get the point? Aha. The, their sole purpose is not to make profit.
yeah,
But again, there's a business side of every business, same as the NGOs too. Yes, same as the NGOs. For instance, now there are young NGOs that are springing up every day, and they are in need of funds to execute their projects. So I think
true.
the easiest way to, yes, there are a lot of projects because there are challenges. There are problems they want to solve. NGOs are out there to solve problems, to solve societal problems. So, and when these NGOs solicit for funds, let's say from donors, and it doesn't come, there is another way of raising money without making it look as a business. And this is what I term community projects. Yes.
Okay.
Like an orphanage home can decide to set up a garden. Yes, a community garden that is into production of majorly, let's say, vegetables,
Mm.
tomato, carrots, ugu, and the rest. And yes, an orphanage home can decide to go into that majorly to produce this vegetable, to sell it at subsidized rates. You
Mm.
understand? To the locals. This is a very easy way of raising funds. You get the point?
Mm.
This is
That
one
makes
of
a
the
lot of
easiest way of
sense.
raising, yes, raising funds. Instead of you writing to churches, writing to people every day, setting up appeal cards on a daily basis, asking people to donate funds to execute your project. A smart way, set up this farm, this garden, sell your farm produce at subsidized rates to the locals. Get the locals involved because every NGO operates in a
Mm.
community. It's a community project. Look for a way to get the community involved. With
Yes.
this, it is so easy for this NGO to raise funds without making them look so needy. Yeah, because I see how some NGOs go as much as soliciting for funding. Yes, some write to churches, but yes, it is okay for them to ask for people to assist them. But these are all some of the areas. Even there are what we call fundraising. Yes, there's what we call fundraising, but it only takes an NGO that has good contacts, good contacts to be able to organize a profitable fundraising that can be channeled into a particular cause. But the easiest way for, like what I've mentioned, is first go into production and subsidize your products. An orphanage home can also go into
Mm.
processing. Like I mentioned, they can go into, let's say, an orphanage home that is located in Kano State where there is a lot of potato can go into potato chips making at subsidized rates. They package it, supply to outlets, shops around, and raise
So,
little money. These are
hmm.
all areas that NGOs or yes, non-profit organizations can actually tap into.
Okay, okay. So anything they can actually go into enterprise.
Yes,
Yes, they can go into enterprise and engage
community.
their
Yes,
community. Go into enterprise, engage their community to buy and at a subsidized rate because they're not trying to make
profit.
profits per se,
Yes,
and then they're able to raise money for
for
themselves. So I
themselves.
think it's a very brilliant idea.
Yeah.
So anyone who is in that line can actually follow through on this. Okay, time is already fast spent. You've talked so much about getting knowledge before going to any kind of space. We talked so much about the crowdfunding models. We talked so much about quite a number of topics so far, and we really appreciate your time here. I don't know. Okay,
It's a
yes,
pleasure.
and we really appreciate your time here. At this point, I would want you to give us. I don't know whether you have okay, now we want a favor from you. We want you to share with
Okay.
us some great opportunities that you know are available today that people in this community can tap into. Opportunities that you can put your word behind, you get your
Yeah.
backing behind, whether in terms of education, whether in terms of investment opportunities, a number of them, one, two, three, so that we too can take steps from there going forward.
Okay, okay. Yeah, let me just rush. My battery is almost going down. There are a lot of opportunities on
Okay.
ground now. Like the federal government has created funding opportunities for people who are majorly interested in agriculture. The CBN Anchor Borrowers Program is one of those platforms that is being created for people who are in need of funding to scale their agro businesses. Also, apart from the CBN platform, the Tonelumelu Foundation also has created another huge opportunity for young people who are interested in agriculture. Like there's this current grant application ongoing. Can you hear me? I can no longer see you. Okay, there's this grant application ongoing for TEF Foundation, Tonelumelu Foundation, and I think they give more preference to those in the agro sector. Also, I actually take few persons on mentorship. Yes, I mentor a few students every year for free, because mentorship is very important in any sector we are going to. So I also do free mentorship, and on this note, I would say that every participant of this program is going to enjoy my free mentorship. Yes, it's going to enjoy my free mentorship. I'll be creating a community. I'll be creating a platform, a forum where participants can join to enjoy this free mentorship. Um, to enable them start their own different agribusinesses. Yes, to enable them execute their own ideas, their own ideas. The mentorship is going to span 6 months. It's going to span 6 months, and it's going to be an intensive one. It's going to involve practical and yes, practical. Though we're going to make it virtually, where you can operate. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's
Hello.
like my
Okay.
network went off a
Yes.
bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Where participants can take part virtually. They don't have to be involved. They don't have to. We don't have to be present, but they don't have to be physical with me. No. So that is just the opportunity. I don't know if you heard me from the beginning. You heard me how what
Yeah,
I said
I
from the
did.
beginning. Yes. Uh-huh. So
Yes.
every participant of this very program is going to enjoy my free 6 months mentorship. Yes, that is what I'm going to give out because knowledge is very important. Before you even go out to seek for funding, once you have the knowledge, once you have idea, I tell people that idea is capital. A lot of people say capital first. No, ideas is capital. I could show you a strategy to break into the industry without even a dime capital, without 1 naira startup capital. I actually started with zero capital. I started with zero capital. I failed. I went into penury, but I was able to bounce back. So I'm going to be showing them all these opportunities too. Every member of this platform that is on this program will enjoy my free mentorship. I don't have money to give out to any member, so to say. Sorry, my light has gone off. My light has gone off. I don't have any money to. Okay, thank you. I don't have any money to give out
Okay, your battery is
to
low already, right?
yes, it's already
Mhm.
low. I was using a ring light earlier. So
Okay, okay.
yes, so I would mentor these young people. I will mentor these young people, guide them, ensure that they start their own agribusinesses from any location they are. Yes, then as
Okay.
time goes on, I do lots of
Wow.
follow up too. Lots of follow up. If there's any other funding opportunity, I will make it known to them. I will make it known to them.
Okay.
But with the backward integration strategy, I've told them they do not even need lots of money to start. You don't even need
Yeah.
lots of money to start. It's
Mm.
the best model. It's the best model to employ, especially for one who does not have the financial wherewithal to go into the sector. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate, or we really appreciate, in the community. This session has been fantastic. It has been full of information, and I believe it will go a long way in helping people who have interest in agribusiness to take new steps forward. So thank you everyone for joining us. It's already 2 minutes to 10, and I wouldn't want this event to be more than 10 p.m. That's a 1 hour max timing. And if you still have any other question to ask, please keep dropping them in the comment section. He promised to give us some links, a link to a
Yeah.
group that has
Okay.
a number of
I want
people.
to add
So I believe we'll
something. I
get
want
to
to
do
add up
that in the
something
comment
now.
section. Okay.
Hello, Mr. Mike.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay. Let me add something. Um, how many participants do we have in this show? How many?
People are coming in live different times, but right now there are 5 people currently watching live.
Okay. Um, Whoever that wants to go into my industry, which is oil palm, will also
Hmm.
get a free mentorship from me. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Whoever that is live on this show that wants to go into the oil palm business from any location.
Hmm.
Yes,
Oh,
covering
that's
the entire
fantastic.
value chain from the planting, processing, packaging, export. Yes,
Fantastic.
that they're going to be enjoying
Wow.
free
Thank you
mentorship
so
from me.
much.
Yes, they'll be enjoying free mentorship from me, and also
This is huge.
okay, hello.
Okay, wow, thank you so much. So please, if you're live and you're hearing this, just comment so that we'll know you're live. Just write your name and say, "Please, I would like to be part of the mentorship program." Just write your full name and say, "I would like to be part of this mentorship program," so that we know you are live and you got information live, and you are going to enroll you with Godshield Kanjal. So just this is write my name, and I would want to write your full name, and you want to be part of this mentorship program, so that we'll be able to get you live. So thank you so much, Mr. Godshield. This is a huge
Yeah, it's a
giveaway.
pleasure.
I've seen the pricing of your trainings. Some of them are up to 200,000, some 30,000, 40,000, different price, and none
Yeah,
of them are cheap. So for whatever you're
yeah,
giving out, it's a huge
yeah,
value. Thank you so
yeah.
much. Thank you so much.
It's a
So
pleasure.
I believe after this event, we'll be able to see
Yeah,
those who are here live, and I'll communicate
okay,
them to you. And yes, and
okay.
then for the links,
Yeah,
I would add them to the comment section, so that whoever gets to
okay.
watch to the end be able to get access to the community. You said a farming community, right? A farmers
Yes,
community, so to
and
say, on Facebook.
agribusiness community.
Agribusiness
Agribusiness,
community.
yes,
Okay,
community, yes.
fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah, my website
All
again,
right,
my website is www.carlsfarms.com.
all right.
Carlsfarms.com.
All right,
Carl's
all
Farms,
right.
yeah,
So do visit there,
yes,
www.carlsfarms.com,
.com.
and we'll drop all of these links in the comment section so that you can follow through from there. Right.
All right,
Okay, now,
okay,
so
it's a
thank
pleasure.
you all so much. Thank you, Mr. Godshield. We really appreciate your time. We appreciate your expertise. You're truly, truly full of knowledge. And I believe we'll still have you here once again, more and more times to
It's a
come.
pleasure.
Hopefully, then we'll be having testimonials from new millionaires would have minted from your program and following you.
Yes,
So we really
amen.
appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Mr. Audu. Thank you.
Yes.
How is Kaduna
All
today? How is
right.
Kano? Sorry, Kano. All right. Okay.
Kano is fantastic. Kano is fantastic. We're enjoying everything about Kano, and I believe you're also
Okay.
enjoying. I think you're in Calabar at the
Calabar.
moment, right?
Calabar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Currently in Calabar. Yeah. All right.
So thank you
All
so
right.
much. All right, now so for all
Okay.
our viewers, thank you for being a part of the event, and see you next time. See you next month. See you next week. I'm always showing up on your faces in the group, so surely we'll be seeing very soon. Have a fantastic weekend ahead. God
All right.
bless
Good
you.
night,
Bye bye.
everyone. Good night. All right. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers, everyone. Goodbye.
Good night. Yeah.